Preppy or prep refer to a subculture in the United States associated with private Northeastern university preparatory schools. Preppy or prep are both American adjectives and American nouns, traditionally used in relation to Northeastern private university preparatory schools, and denotes a person seen as characteristic of an attendee or alumnus of these schools. Prep has become a colloquialism in the United States and has largely replaced preppy in modern usage. Characteristics of preps include a particular subcultural speech, vocabulary, dress, mannerisms, etiquette, and accent reflective of an upper-class, Northeastern upbringing. Definition: the term preppy derives from the private, university preparatory or prep schools that some American upper-class and upper-middle-class children in the Northeastern states attend. The term preppy is commonly associated with the Ivy League and oldest universities in the Northeast, since traditionally a primary goal in attending a prep school was admittance into one of these institutions. Preppy fashion derives from the fashions of these Northeastern colleges in the early to mid-20th century. Lisa Bach's 1980 book Official Preppy Handbook, which was written to poke fun at the rich lives of privileged Northeastern college students but ended up glamorizing the culture, portrays the preppy social group as well-educated, well-connected, and although exclusive, courteous to other social groups without fostering serious relationships with them. Being well-educated and well-connected is associated with an upper-class socio-economic status, a status that emphasizes higher education and high-income professional success. The term prep is particularly well-known among Americans, since most middle-class Americans are introduced to the subculture in high school. However, high school preps found in middle-class communities in the United States differ from traditional Northeastern preps. The usage of prep and preppy in American high schools is used to refer to a fashion choice, rather than the preppy lifestyle associated with traditional Northeastern preps. Unlike traditional Northeastern preps who come from upper-class families, high school preps are often from the middle class and may or may not be from an upper-class background. Furthermore, high school preps are found throughout the United States, rather than being localized to the Northeast. Hollywood films of the 1980s, such as John Hughes' 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, and The Breakfast Club, characterized high school preps of the 1980s, who are depicted as a shallow and transparent group primarily concerned with extrinsic things. It was in this same decade that the aforementioned Official Preppy Handbook was published, which focused more on the traditional preps. Fashion: preppy fashion has its roots in the Ivy League style of dress, which started around 1912 and became more established in the late 1950s. J-Press represented the quintessential Ivy League style, stemming from the collegiate traditions of Ivy League schools. In the mid-20th century, J-Press and Brooks Brothers both had stores on Ivy League school campuses, including Harvard, Princeton, and Yale. Preppy fashion emerged in the 1970s with cues from the original Ivy League style, along with influences from traditional Northeastern culture. Some typical preppy styles also reflect traditional upper-class New England leisure activities, such as polo, sailing, hunting, fencing, crew rowing, lacrosse, golf, and rugby. This association with New England outdoor activities can be seen in preppy fashion, through stripes and colors, equestrian clothing, plaid shirts, field jackets, and nautical-themed accessories. By the 1980s, a slew of brands such as Lacoste, Izod, and Dooney & Book became associated with preppy style. For professional women, preppy-influenced fashions became dominant beginning in the 1960s, a trend led by designers such as Perry Ellis, and influenced by designers such as Oleg Cassini. The classic ensembles often seen worn by professional women in East Coast cities and elsewhere include tailored skirt suits, low heels, wrap dresses, shift dresses, silk or cotton blouses, and jewelry with a refined style. Such clothing often includes elements drawn from typical preppy style, such as nautical stripes, pastel colors, or equestrian details. Some cultural icons of preppy style for professional women include Audrey Hepburn, Grace Kelly, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, and 20th-century New York socialites Gloria Guinness, Babe Haley, Slim Keith, and C.Z. Guest, all women whose style is often referenced by designers. In recent years, Newer outfitters such as Ralph Lauren, J. Crew, Vineyard Vines, and Elizabeth McKay are also frequently perceived as having preppy styles, with designers such as Marc Jacobs and Lella Bartley adding the preppy style into their clothes in the 1990s. New York City maintains itself as the headquarters for most preppy clothing lines, such as J. Press, Daniel Kremer, Ralph Lauren, and Kate Spade New York, and demonstrates prep subculture as a reflection of Northeastern culture. Examples of preppy attire include Argyle sweaters, crewneck sweaters, cross-grain or woven leather belts, chinos, madras, Nantucket reds, button-down Oxford cloth shirts, seersucker cotton suiting, pearl necklaces and earrings, gold bangle or large chain bracelets, penny loafers, and boat shoes. See also, Bon chic bon genre, Sloane Ranger, Yuppie, Zach Morris, Rupert and Buckley. References. External links, Alan Salkin. Pink shirts welcome. The New York Times. Preppy at dictionary.com.